Sasha and Nate. Start with you guys. Does Nate have good intentions with Stasha? Is it
Nope. I haven't trusted Nate since we first saw him and he was peddling fake clothes or whatever he was selling. Um, Nate has given me the impression that he's here for a good time, not a long time. And Stasha's just kind of gotta be there along with the ride. Like he likes her enough, but I think that I don't know, it's just something about his intentions just don't feel pure. Like I'm here to be married and I am here to want to be married to Stasha. Um I don't know. I just it's something about this boy I just don't like. I can't put my finger on it.
Um, I think Nate is being genuine the best way he can. Because it's as everybody always say, like whoever talks about the process, like it's a process that they go through. So for somebody that didn't want to be there, definitely wouldn't be. I don't think wouldn't be there, like at this point. But well,
He
maybe they
trying to be an
would.
influencer.
Yeah, maybe they would. Never mind. I retract that statement. Uh, never mind. But no, I think Nate is genuine because of how pretty Stasha is. Now I think Stasha brings up valid points, but also brings them up at the wrong time. Like when she brought up the posting up thing and then the kids thing. Like, yeah, kids okay. The post up thing, you could have held that and y'all had that conversation a little bit deeper into the relationship because at this point there's nothing you can do right now. So, but
What
I
do you
think
mean? You can sign a post up
no,
right
no,
now.
I'm saying like when she asked about the post, I know that's on the last episode, but when she asked about the posting up, they could not sign it right then and there.
I guess it's because you got to introduce the idea.
Right, and I don't feel like that was the right time to introduce. Anyway, that's something else. But I think Nate is here for the right reason. I think he still has to get out of the idea that he's not single anymore. And that's gonna take some time. That's gonna take some adjusting because it's not like it's a switch. Like we have to realize they haven't been back home yet. So that's gonna be another way for him to see, okay, now this is how I need to treat her and move forward and move around with her. Um what else happened? Oh, he's afraid of bugs. Both of them are afraid of bugs. The big thing for me, or the thing that I paid attention to the most between them, is when she brought up therapy. That was the other thing. Like I felt like bringing up the idea because we talked about this in our review.
That y'all will never see.
Yeah, maybe.
No, they not gonna see
they're
that
not gonna,
review.
they're not gonna see it. Oh, okay. But so the therapy conversation I felt like was way too soon. Um, Individually, yeah, you go to therapy, but I don't think right now they should go to couples therapy because they're still trying to get to know each other. Tika obviously disagrees with me, but that's okay. I
There's
still
no
love her.
obvious.
It
I
is.
didn't say
I
anything.
mean, you completely disagree with me, and I was like, okay, I respect that.
They don't know
The
that.
I'm telling them now. But I just felt like that was like I understand her reasoning why, and I'm pretty sure like eventually, yeah, y'all go to couples therapy, but get to know each other, be in a relationship with each other, discover who each other, who the other person is before you just jump in and have somebody else to mediate y'all interactions with each other because I feel like they aren't genuine at that point. Like yeah, if the conversation was I go to therapy, won't you go to therapy as well? Not with me right now, but maybe later in our relationship we can go and get couples therapy or something like that. Um, what else? that's pretty much it with them. I like them as a couple, but it's a lot of growing that both of them have to do in order to make this thing work. And more so, I think on Nate's side, because of how the bachelor lifestyle he's lived so far. Like, you can't just cut that off when it's been like that, so anything.
I still say Nate got to get himself together.
Yeah, I agree. Stasha too.
Me. Tommy touched on what I was going to touch on too with the couples therapy thing. I see a lot of Nate getting along to get along. When she was like, would you be open to couples therapy? And he was like off the bat, or when there's an imbalance, she was like, I think it's healthy to go even when there's no issue. And he was like, oh yeah, sure. Like, okay. He just agreed. I'm not sure. I think he definitely likes her because she's pretty and she's got a good head on her shoulders, but he's still real surface. I think it was ironic and funny that Lindy would say that she and Miguel wonder if Nate had the right intentions, but you don't wonder if Miguel has the right intentions. Like, really? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? You sitting there talking about them, and at least Stasha could say, I did think about that. I wondered that myself. She's more with it than Lindy. When they brought it up to Lindy, she's like, but you talking about Nate and not talking about Miguel. But she did have a point. Nate kind of wasn't in the moment with his spouse when it came to the ATVing. And apparently he's doing this for other things too, because they're noticing. She was like, it's times where I can't even find my phone. Every time we look, Nate's got his phone up. Hey, we're on the boat. Hey, we're doing this. Hey, and not even like, here we are. See us, So I don't know. And then I think it was a little, why are they talking about him moving in her house? Are they going to do something different in San Diego? Like, I'm trying to understand. Are they not going to give them a place to live? Because I'm not even talking about that before 8 weeks at all.
But see,
I'm not doing that.
You got to realize all this is based off of Stasha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stasha is in this for the long haul.
Yeah.
Stasha is like, yo, this is my forever marriage. I'm not changing you. We're not leaving. Because the way she's handling, even go back to last week, I'm not changing my last name, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do when you totally committed. Even though I still want to know how did she change her last name real quick? Didn't they just leave to go for the honeymoon? That's a whole different dynamic, right? How did she get to change her name? But if you look at even here, let's go to couple therapy. I have no issue with them going to therapy together because there's a lot of couples we say in the past they should have went to therapy because the experts ain't doing it, and so she's not leaving it up to the experts to make sure her and Nate are good. So guess what? Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper, they can do okay. But guess what? We need to do our own therapy because when they long gone, we need to get some things straight. We know Nate had mama issues, right? She got daddy issues. So they both have issues. Now, I agree with Tom. They can go separately, but I do think they need to go together in this 8-week process. It may help them. It may help them say yes or may help them say no. But it's added to what they already have.
Can I say this real quick too? And maybe not even so much couples therapy, but more like couples training, teaching. Like, can we go somewhere where we can get some tools so we can know how to relate to each other and how to be married? So I kind of got that she was saying that too. Yeah, we need therapy, like y'all saying, separately to work out our mama issues, daddy issues, and we don't have an issue right now. But let's learn some skills. Let's get some skills. That's what we need. We need some skills training because we got to learn how to be married and how do we meld these two different people together, two different backgrounds. So I like that better than maybe couples therapy. If she said it like that. Let's go where we can get some. Pastor Cal got his book, Marriage Ain't for Punks. So Let's see if he can give us some coping strategies.
I'm gonna start promoting that book until he starts promoting the podcast.
That's hilarious.
That book, man.
That was actually, Glenn, exactly what I was saying to Tommy, was that I thought that they did need to do some type of counseling. And I guess we're looking at it like therapy, like there's an issue, but I look at it like, hey, we got something and we're trying to make sure that this something lasts. So let's work on it. Like, not that there's an issue, but let's just see how we can get the tools to work towards this together, because you're going to run into something that you don't like about your spouse. Let's figure out how we can work through those things. And I think that that's just, counseling or therapy is the easiest verbiage to use when explaining it, because like you guys said, the experts have done a disservice several seasons in a row by not being there and being present and giving the counseling and therapy that these people need. And so she's just like, hey, let's be proactive about it and let's bring in a third party, like another person.
Glenn, I just appreciate you saying you agree with me, because
Even though he agreed with me.
yeah, I don't care. He said I agree with Tommy. I appreciate that. But
you feel hurt?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I actually do. But what I was gonna say was, Stasha just brings up things at the wrong time. That's all. That's it. That's how I feel. It's just like her delivery for whatever. It's 100% right? But it's not where the period goes. That's how I feel. It's like the period doesn't go right there. So I like them as a couple.
Yeah.
But see, I think that comes from who she is. Remember, she's a straight shooter, right? She's the same one that left her parents and emancipated herself, right? Emancipated. I said emancipated. Are you trying to correct me in front of people? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. It's a whole. We'll tell y'all after we go back here why I said that, right? I can't say it on air because people watch, but I'll tell you why I said that after this. So that's who she is, and that's where she moved, and that's how she maneuvers, right? And she maneuvered in that realm, so she's straightforward. Remember, she's a businesswoman, so she likes things going quickly, right? So she sees something, she wants to address it, and she wants to move on. And I think it's the same with her marriage. And I think she's 100% committed to this, and that's why she's doing all this, because she's 100% in. And if I'm going to be in, I'm going to be in. I do think Nate wants to be an influencer. I kind of follow him on YouTube a little bit. And he's still posting videos. He's the only guy I've seen, right, in all of Married at First Sight, who, while they're married, while the show's on, he's still posting YouTube videos. He literally posting YouTube videos. I'm not gonna give a spoiler alert, but I looked at his hands, so it's just a spoiler. I'm not gonna give nobody a spoiler here. I ain't gonna say it, right? But I just looked at his hands, but nonetheless, but he's still doing YouTube videos. So I think a lot of that is what he wants to become and how he wants to be influenced. He wants to be an influencer. Mm-hmm. That's his entrepreneur. And I'm not knocking that. We are here on YouTube as well, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking that, but it has to be a balance. Mm-hmm. And I think he doesn't know to balance it because he's so used to being Nate by himself, right? Not having to answer to anybody, talk to anybody, and he's still adjusting to being married. And I think moving into the house situation, I can't knock that neither. Because I moved in with her.
But we knew each other for some time. You know what I mean? And we ain't on Married at First Sight. It's too soon. It's too soon.
But again, he has 8 weeks. They have to. 8 weeks. If we stay together, we got to move somewhere. So he figured in 8 weeks we stay together. We're gonna have to go. We can't stay in an apartment and Married at First Sight's gonna put up for us. So we had it again. It shows you that they're getting to know each other. And they had to already have a conversation. She's building a house, and she already told him, "Oh, you're gonna live in my house now." Whether that's control, her being a boss, or Nate's a smart man, say, "You know what? She's building a house. We good. Let me go with her, because I ain't got the money right now. Remember, we got bad credit. He bankrupt. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to joke on him, but I'm being honest.
No, he said he got that straight. He said he got out. He's at the point where he got that all straight. That's what he said.
But look, he said it was a couple of years ago. Bankruptcy takes at least 7 years. fact. That's facts.
Mhm.
So it's still on his credit report and record. He can't go get a mortgage right now. So he's like,
That's true.
I'm gonna go live with her. So he's like, okay, I'm good. He might be married to her for the next 5 years, so his credit get right. We see. Let's get you. You guys have anything else on Megan's?
They're such a pretty couple.
Are they?
Both of them are two pretty people, man. I don't know, man. I like them, but it's like you're seeing. I'm not sure about the foundation that they're building. You know, like that's kind of rocky. Like they're getting to understand each other, and at the end of the episode, we saw Nate was saying like he's falling in love with her, and I think we're gonna see a lot of that early, throughout all the couples, and that's just for her. She just loved that, you know. So it's their foundation doesn't seem like they're really building it for real or correctly or whatnot. But I'm interested to see how these things go, because you're looking at these two people and you're like, why can't you find that person? Especially for Stasha, it's like, what's going on that you can't find the right person?
She said she wasn't actively attempting to date.
I don't think. Yeah, I guess so.
So if you're not actively dating, it's a little bit difficult to date and find somebody.
I see.
Now I don't know what his thing was.
Man, he was sunsetting with his friend.
With Megan. I think Megan might have been the issue. I wonder how Megan feels about him doing Married at First Sight.
She obviously was crying at the first part. Anyway, that's all I got.